Hi, I'm Jenny Barnett Rohrs. It's so much fun to dress up, decorate, and play. Today, Katie Hacker is here to make a super fun cape.
Isn't this fun? You can use this to create your own cape with an eagle, or you could do an owl, you could do a ladybug, you could have a butterfly. I mean, there are so many different things that you could do.
I'm so excited to get started. What do we need?
Okay, so let's take a look at the materials. We're going to need a bunch of different colors of felt. Okay, and the instructions will be on the website. You'll also need some pins and safety pins. You'll also want to print out the patterns because there's a lot of layering in this project.
Yeah, now will these be available on the website?
Yes, of course.
Great, okay.
So just make sure you print them actual size. And
Great.
you'll also want some glue, and you'll need some ribbon and scissors. Now,
And what is this here?
you might want some help with the super sharp scissors.
Okay.
Then this is elastic cord to make a little place to hold the cape onto your arms.
Good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the
Right.
first thing we do?
Okay, so what we'll do first is cut out all of our patterns.
Ooh, okay.
And each one tells you what you need as far as the color, the piece it is, and the color, and how many.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, so you can just pin it down and then start cutting.
Okay. How about if I do that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so it looks like I've got some pins here. Do you have any suggestions when working with pins or scissors? What do you think?
You know, always move your felt instead of moving the scissors. You know, it's just like when you're cutting paper.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good way to make your way around.
Now, would you suggest tracing it first, or should we just pin it down and then get to cutting?
You know, some people trace and some people cut. You know that you and I are both a cut kind of girl, right?
Yeah, I like to wing it.
Me too.
Get it?
Wing it.
Ah, exactly. So I'm going to cut out this head, and then it looks like you've got a pile of pieces there. What's all
so
that?
these are all of our pieces that we're going to layer together.
Okay.
Okay, so
And do we have to like pin that together first, or we just like put it together to glue?
these are pieces that you can just glue down.
Oh, that makes it again really simple.
It really does. And in fact, we have a piece here. When you're done cutting there, we can take a look at what it's going to look like before we start layering these together.
Okay. So it looks like there are wing pieces and body pieces.
That's right. We
and
have all
head pieces
of our pieces already cut out
but
here.
they're all labeled, which makes it again kind of super simple.
That's right.
So what do I have here?
So this is your head, the eagle head. You can have some glue here to tack it all together.
Okay, so you know, I think we can reference this one here on the mannequin so we can kind of see the placement, and there'll be a picture on the website too of what the final cape looks like, so you can go back and forth and make sure you get all your pieces in the right place. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down this eyeball.
Okay, and I'll start putting together one of the
Get a wing
pieces here with
together.
the
Okay.
wing.
Now, it seems to me that you could also be creative if you wanted your guy to have a different color beak or a big beak.
That's right. You can make it your own. You could even add a little bit of embroidery or something if you wanted to.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
here's
If
an
you like
idea
to practice your stitching.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to look. Okay, so it looks like the beak actually goes on the back side. Oh, that's why it's good to have a handy frame of reference, huh?
That's right. You can take a look at your picture when you're working.
Awesome. Or you could use googly eyes. Now, this guy is pretty majestic, but do you have any suggestions for other animals or
Yeah, I like the idea of
themes?
doing an owl because all you would have to do is make the same kind of shapes, but then you can make a different head. You would just use maybe a little bit of a rounder head.
You know,
And for these pieces too, I'm just going to tack these down. You can see here
does
along
that look right?
Yeah, that looks good.
Looks pretty good? Okay. All right, well, let's keep gluing these pieces down. And, you know, when you have so many pieces, it might be helpful to organize them into components.
Right.
So we could do, like, let's glue the body together, and then let's put down the wings. And there are two of those, right?
That's right.
But you want to make sure one is, like, the mirror image. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So that we have one on either side. So I'll glue down this body part a little bit. What does the body look like? Oh, yes, awesome. That belongs to you.
I think these
I had
are
the
gonna
wrong
go
piece.
this way. That's okay.
All right. Do you want me to glue down the one you've already started, or do you want to?
That's fine. Here you can use the head pieces. That's what you've got here.
Work on this part. Excellent.
Okay.
So, you know, I think this would also be a great thing to make if maybe you had some younger children who can't really wear masks to school for maybe for Halloween.
Yeah, definitely for Halloween. But you know, dress up can be an everyday type of activity too.
All right. Well, you know what? We have one that is almost all put together. So let's go to that and we'll talk about how to finish. This is kind of like putting together a big puzzle, isn't it?
That's right. It is very much like a puzzle. And I think that's part of the fun of the activity too. I mean, you could make it a lot simpler design if you wanted to, but part of the fun is getting all these pieces cut out, putting it all together.
So here is one that is almost done.
Okay.
Let me just open this up so we can take a look. And what
Where's
we'll
our
do,
head?
here's the head. And you want to put some glue on that for
Sure.
me? And I think that'll help it stick on too if we put glue on both sides.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Oops.
So once you get this guy all glued down, I think it would probably be a good idea to set him aside and really let it dry before you finish the cape. And the instructions call for putting out your fabric
There we go.
and gluing everything down, and then using kind of your child as a pattern. Now, the one that we have here has a curved neck and a tassel, but another way to do it is to measure your child's shoulders or
Right.
your shoulders, because you know
That's
you may
right.
want an
Why
eagle
not?
cape too.
That's right.
So you would just hold it up against your body. Let me see. Let me throw a pin in here. Do we have a pin? Yeah, let's throw a pin in Mr. Eagle so his head stays on while it's drying. And what we're gonna do is turn around, Katie.
Sure.
We're gonna hold you up to you so that I know this is the size of your shoulders, and I can just put a little pin in it so it fits you perfectly. And then we can cut it out from here, draw an imaginary line to the bottom, and then round it out. And to finish it off, what we're gonna do is actually cut slits like this so that we have a little place to weave in a piece of ribbon. And I'll just take this and give it a little chomp down the side.
That looks good. And you could, if you wanted to, you could even trace the outline of the wings, like on the cape there that's on the stand.
It's just, you could use pinking shears if you wanted to, if you wanted to add a little extra something, something. And you know, I'm the kind of girl, I think more is better. I really just have an issue with that. And I would add maybe some streamers on the bottom with
Yeah, you
extra
could do
ribbon.
some tassels.
So
That would
see,
be
I'm just
fun.
gonna take and make this neckline real quick. There we go. And you know, if it's a little raggy, that's okay because wings are a little raggy anyway. So let's weave this
Okay,
piece through and we will call it a cape. How's that?
that looks good.
Oh,
It's gonna
you
be
know,
fun to fly around the house.
it
too.
will be fun. Now, if you want to have it attached to your wrists, we'll take that piece of elastic, make a little knot so it's a loop. And again, you can hold it up to your shoulders
Right,
and
and
see
then
how
you'll be able to
far you
tell where
need to
your
go.
wrist is,
Exactly. And I would suggest either putting a few stitches in here if you're comfortable with the needle and thread, or just use a safety pin so that it stays in place. Because I think this is going to get a lot of use, don't
That's
you?
right. Oh yeah, it'll be fun to fly around the house.
All right. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And really,
simple.
once you get everything cut out, it's so easy just to glue together.
Yeah, you're just putting it together like a puzzle.